Today on an all-new Dr. Phil. She claims her niece is out of control.
My sister needs to parent her child. Not everything about her is bad.
She was charged with attempted murder on probation. Are you violating that probation?
No, that's not true.
Hold on, you're not talking right now.
A teen mom.
I never get a break. That's why sometimes I leave.
You go missing for 2 or 3 days. What makes you think you're entitled to these people raising your baby?
Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
I'm trying to be an emotional compass and point you in the right direction.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. Thank you. Well, caught in a police chase at 12, arrested for driving a stolen car at 14, charged with making terrorist threats against another girl who was dating her boyfriend at 16, became pregnant at 16, on probation at 17. These are the highlights, or maybe lowlights, from my guest Tanyadawn's criminal history for the past 5 years. Now, her Aunt Dorothy says all of this could have been avoided if her sister Denise had just listened to her years ago when she offered to move Tanyadawn in with her in order to go to a good school in an affluent neighborhood. Take a look.
I'm worried that my 17-year-old niece is going to end up dead or in prison. You're hiding something.
No, I'm not hiding anything.
She is going down a destructive path right now. She got arrested for attempted murder and terrorist threats. Tanyadawn got into a fight with a girl. It was attempted murder because the girl suffered some serious injuries. The charges were reduced and she ended up serving 5 months in juvenile hall. The entire time she was in juvenile hall, she was pregnant. I'm not sure why she chose to keep the baby. I think she felt like it was a novelty. When the baby came, she was like, oh, this is hard. She'll have her phone in one hand and then she'll be rocking the baby in the other hand. She's a distracted teenager, not a devoted mother. We are picking up her mother duties. Tanyadawn started getting in trouble at 14. She stole the car and she got into a high-speed chase. I brought my niece into my home so that she would have a safe place to live. If she violates her probation, she can go to prison for 4 years. This is a major crossroads in her life. One more bad decision and she's done. I'm the disciplinarian of the family. I'm a hard ass. He sells drugs.
I don't freaking do drugs with him, and I don't freaking sell drugs with him.
They call me the warden. My sister Denise does not discipline her daughter. My niece will disappear from the house. We won't hear from her sometimes for days. She won't call. She won't go to school. She's lying to me about who she's hanging out with, what exactly she's doing.
You think all my friends are bad people? All my friends you think are so bad.
I do know that she's been seen drinking on social media. I'm just asking you, why? I'm worried that she's going to violate this probation because of her behavior. My worst fear is that she's going to meet up with the wrong people. We'll be lucky if they find her body.
Well, Mom Denise says Tanyadawn is a good girl who only turned mean because other girls were jealous of her good looks.
I believe my daughter Tanyadawn is at a critical stage right now.
You guys are making me look just so bad. Like,
bad.
you can never bring up anything that's positive. You have to bring all the bad out.
She doesn't understand the gravity of the situation. She feels like it's no big deal. She could lose her baby. She could lose her freedom. I raised Tanyadawn as a single parent in a very dangerous neighborhood, took her sweetness away from her and made her very angry. She's been in numerous fights. I don't like her coming home and having bruises on her face. I don't like how she retaliates and then it's on. I didn't raise her to be a fighter. I have regrets raising her in that neighborhood. Recently, my sisters and I have moved back in together to save my daughter's life. Tanyadawn stays out at night past her curfew. She leaves for sometimes days, sometimes only a night, but without a phone call, it's very stressful. It's not okay. So not okay. Being a mom, she should know you don't leave your baby. No one's going to take care of your baby better than you. And then when you do leave, let us know to make sure that your child's okay. Tanyadawn is drinking alcohol. That's enough to violate her probation. I've seen messages on the phone like, let's go smoke. and weed stays in your system for a long period of time. I am worried about Tanyadawn's sexual behavior. And she already has the baby. She could easily get pregnant again. Somebody definitely needs to step in and help my daughter.
Okay, she was charged with attempted murder. Why?
She got caught in a girl's web.
No, you know what? Don't sugarcoat it, Denise. It's not somebody else's fault. It's her fault. Okay?
It is her fault. I'm not, Dorothy, I'm just saying why she got caught in attempted murder. I've always said, watch out for other girls. They're jealous of you, and they're going to come out after you.
Okay.
That's what happened there. Now, come on,
well, no,
Dorothy.
wait a minute. So she got caught in a girl's web, and she got charged with attempted murder.
She got charged.
Because as I understood it, she got a hold of this girl, drug her in a car, damn near killed her.
No.
What happened?
Well, the girl actually put hands on her first. She had turned her back to go with her boyfriend to the car. That's when the girl grabbed her, threw her to the ground, and then the police report says the attempted murder is that girl. You're not gonna have this baby. I'm kicking her in the stomach. That's what the attempted murder was.
Particulars to this case. So, it doesn't really matter.
It does matter to me because I'm trying to find out if you people have your eyes wide open or if you still have your head in the sand, because I have a plan that I want to try to unfold through the hour here.
Okay.
And we're not going to get to the action plan if I don't see a possibility of improvement long term. And I'm trying to find out what resources I've got here for her, and I'm not hearing much resource.
She has been, this is one incident that she got caught. She's been in fights with gang members. She has been, she was arrested at 14 for illegal behavior. The thing is, Dr. Phil, I don't really know what she's done until
she's been charged with making terrorist threats.
That's right.
She's been charged with attempted murder.
That's right.
Dorothy, I'm not saying she's innocent. First of all, you were hardly in her life, just at the very tail end. So you don't know what I'm going through out there, chasing you down.
Well, do you hear the attitude in your daughter's voice when she talks?
Yeah, I hear the attitude. I understand that.
She talks like, well, you people are always picking on me. What do you?
Right, yeah.
That's what I hear you saying.
She's not doing bad out there, but there's bad that goes on out there.
She is doing bad out there.
Who's raising this baby?
She's doing bad out there.
Who's raising the baby?
Well, pretty much
we all raise the baby.
I am. She is.
And my daughter is.
And when she's
around. Okay. Well, you know what, Dorothy? Sometimes she doesn't even like to call because she doesn't have to. Anything she does is not good enough for you. And so she's afraid of you.
I know she's afraid.
And you are not her parent. I
know I'm not her parent.
I'm out there with her. I've raised her. I have raised her.
I'm her aunt.
Right.
And this ain't going to happen on my watch.
Right. On your watch. On your watch.
Yeah,
getting her in a school.
Denise. I have earned my seat to sit here. Sorry, Dr. Phil.
Yeah, sorry about that, Dr. Phil. It's your show. We're not trying to take over.
I have earned...
No, that was just 5 minutes of my life I can't get back. Do y'all understand that while you're both talking, neither one of you could be hearing what the other's saying? You're just both talking?
You're right.
Just driving by. I just did a drive-by on this.
Yeah.
And here's what I see. There's a 79-year-old grandfather at home, right?
Yes, great.
She leaves the baby with
She'll take off in the afternoon and just...
leave there with a 79-year-old to take care of the baby. Okay. So you're defensive about your daughter.
Yes, I am.
She's your daughter. I mean, come on.
She's my daughter. No matter what,
parents are going to be defensive and try to put the best spin on it. But there comes a point where you got to call it what it is.
Right.
And I'm trying to look at the history here. I go back. We ask y'all a lot of questions, right?
Yeah, yes.
We did a longitudinal history, a cross-sectional history, a medical history.
Right.
We did all of these things to find out what's going on. So I wanted to see who raised her. Who raised Tanyadawn?
I raised her.
I looked at all of this role modeling. 9-year-old mom left, took everything. You're raised by the dad, no guidance, no curfew, 7th grade dropout, right?
Right.
Lived on the beach for 20 years.
Not in the same bathing suit, but...
Yeah, lived in the hood.
Yep.
Expensive drugs with Dorothy. Wrong crowd, drug users, 18-year-old jail for drugs, driving suspended license, driving under the influence, kidnapped a child, sex for money, probation multiple times, no career, 4 kids from 4 different fathers.
Right.
Neglectful parents, CPS gets involved.
Yeah.
So that's who raised her.
Uh-huh.
And so you want to argue about how to parent.
I'm trying to make right with her.
Well, coming up, Dorothy says her niece is always on the phone and is too busy to parent her own child. Well, we'll talk about that when we meet her after the break.
I do want my aunt to leave me the hell alone. My aunt nags me all the time. She's always on my case. She's just like so negative. Every time she gets in my face, freaking over here spitting in my face, like it's so annoying. She thinks she's like the boss of the house.
And later,
what do you say to yourself when you go missing for 2 or 3 days?
Well,
Nothing.
no one's talking to you.
I believe Denise is an enabler. Tanyadawn walks all over her mom. There's no consequences for Tanyadawn's behavior.
She hasn't
Go to school and take the baby.
well, she does, but she missed 1 or 2 days.
She needs to set boundaries. I've never even seen Denise ground her daughter. If Denise can't stand up to her daughter and discipline her, there's going to be big regrets.
She's never seen her ground her daughter. Okay, attempted murder, you're grounded.
She hasn't been there. She hasn't been there raised up. I have grounded her. You haven't been there.
She was gone for 3 days.
For 3 days.
I was at a garage. I get back. I find out she came home. I'm like, well, where is she?
Well, let's hear what she has to say. Dorothy says her niece Tanyadawn refuses to follow the rules and may be in danger of going back to jail if she violates the terms of her probation. Tanyadawn says Dorothy is wrong about her and needs to stop nagging.
I have done bad things in the past, and those days are over. My aunt thinks I'm hanging out with gangbangers, but she's never seen that. I'm not hanging out with gangbangers.
You don't bring any of these people over. So
I never have.
tells me right there that these people got to be really bad.
I was arrested for getting in a fight, but all I was doing was protecting myself and my child because I was pregnant. She wanted to be with my kid's father. I hit her. She was pulling all over my hair, so I just started fighting back. She lied and said I tried to run her over, but I didn't. I ended up spending 5 months in juvenile hall. I hated it. Since I've been out, I've been trying to get my life back together. I haven't been doing the same things that I used to do. I think I'm improving.
Dude, I'm trying. Oh my God.
I'm not violating my probation. I haven't done any drugs. I've drank in the past, but I'm trying to be a better mother for my child, so I haven't been drinking recently. I do want my aunt to leave me the hell alone. My aunt nags me all the time. She's always on my case. She's just so negative. Every time she gets in my face, freaking over here spitting in my face, it's so annoying. She does piss me off. She thinks she's the boss of the house. She even tries to boss my mom around. Living with my family doesn't work for me anymore. I can't wait to get out of my house and have my own life. It's been dysfunctional forever.
Son.
Really?
Okay?
Really? Okay.
Because
All right.
what my mother would want me to frickin' do for you.
You don't know what I'm doing?
Okay, stop.
All right.
No.
Stop.
You don't know what I'm doing.
Stop.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem.
Stop talking. Hello.
Hi.
Dr. Phil.
Hi.
You just came out here, didn't even acknowledge me, and started throwing bombs all over the.
She doesn't even know what she's talking about.
Don't interrupt me when I'm talking to you. Don't interrupt me when I'm talking to you.
Okay, go.
We clear?
Yep.
I'm not asking your permission.
All right.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
So, are you on probation now?
Yes, I am.
Are you violating that probation?
No.
Is that true?
No, that's not true.
I think I'm doing good.
3 days missing? Don't come home for 3 days.
This is the past. Okay?
2 weeks ago.
No.
That's the past?
Okay. Stop yelling.
This was a month ago,
Stop
and you know
yelling.
what? I'm trying, okay?
Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. Do not throw bombs on my stage, or you're out of here.
I'm out of here?
That's right. And if you want to be out of here, you can go just where you came, because let me tell you something. I'm involved in this at this point, and I am a mandated reporter. And from what I understand, you are in violation of your probation. And we're either going to do something to fix that, or I'm calling your probation officer and telling them you're in violation of your reporter, because I'm required by law to do that.
So can I talk? Can I talk now?
You can talk if you can keep a civil tongue in your mouth, and if you can't, then no.
So look, she thinks I'm doing
drugs and I am hanging out with gangbangers and I'm doing just the worst, right?
Your manipulation of your little goody two-shoes, you are sneakier than a magician.
I am talking, Dorothy.
You are sneakier than a magician.
No, let her go. Let her go.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
Let her go.
No,
Go ahead. Let her talk. Let her talk.
So look, you just bring up the past about everything, right? So you're so negative. Like I try and show you, and it's never good enough. So you know what? What makes me want to try? What's going to give me that motivation?
Hold it.
What's going to give me that motivation to try?
And you know what? I don't want you to lose your son. How about that?
My son.
Is that enough reason?
Okay.
Is that enough reason for me to do what I do?
Okay.
Yeah, and also, go ask your mother, because you know what? I'm not your mother.
Dorothy, look. I'm doing
if I were your mother
without the child's father, okay?
I know that.
I am 17 years old, and sometimes I need a break, okay?
Hold on. One person talk at a time.
I get it.
I get it.
I get it,
yes,
Tanyadawn.
you get it? Okay. But I never get a break. Ever. That's why sometimes I feel trapped. Hold on.
No,
you're not talking right now.
No, you're not.
Seriously, I'm not talking.
Young lady,
Look,
you have some respect.
Sometimes I need a break, but I feel trapped. That's why sometimes I leave.
Your break is not to leave for 3 days. Don't let us.
You should have stayed.
Leave
you should have had abortion.
Yeah, you should have, because the way you're doing your baby.
Coming up, Dorothy says her niece isn't supposed to be on social media, but saw videos of her violating her probation. I want to hear about that when we come back.
He's my child, he's my responsibility, and I get that. But sometimes I just can't handle it.
Well, maybe you can't handle being a mother.
I can handle being a mother.
Sucks on.
I'm still new to being a mom. I'm not perfect. It is hard because I don't have his dad around. It's just me and him. I hate it. I'm 17. I do think that I'm missing out on some things, but like it was my choice to have a kid, so I can't take it back. Sometimes I do need a break, and they won't give me that. All I do is just sit here, take care of my baby. I can't even go to like the park, and it makes me like feel trapped.
Well, Dorothy says that Tanyadawn has gone missing for days, skipping school, refusing to parent her 9-week-old son. She claims Denise is allowing Tanyadawn to spiral out of control. Now, what I want to say to the three of you collectively is this, and I want you to hear me out. And when I look at this situation taken as a whole, I see one of those identifiable constellation of factors that tells me this is headed for a very sharp cliff, because you have a chip on your shoulder attitude with very little insight into ownership and how you got where you got. You have a chip on your shoulder about what your sister's letting her get away with. You have a chip on your shoulder about being defensive about your daughter because you do feel ownership in it all. And I haven't heard one person look at me and say, Dr. Phil, what can we do to ensure that this 9-week-old baby has a chance at success in this life? Nobody has asked me anything. What you've done is gotten out here and yell and scream and not listened. And I've learned across time that that means we're headed for serious trouble if something doesn't happen to change it.
I agree.
And
what can we do?
I'm just curious if anybody is interested in changing it.
Very
you want to say something? Go right ahead. You have the
I am
floor.
interested in changing it, but also I am a new mother. I am not perfect, and I'm still learning. And I'm young, and I'm doing it without the child's father. So I am still learning, and it's a lot harder because I'm a single parent. And I'm young. I'm
There's a million single parents.
Okay, look, no one's talking to you, Dorothy.
I asked her a question.
Seriously.
Let her answer.
Okay.
You can wait. Okay, so obviously, I want to, I love my child. I love him. It's hard sometimes, but yeah, I will do anything for my child. I will do anything for him.
How do you, listen, I can't even imagine being 17 and having a baby. Seriously, it's got to be hard +2. I can't even imagine. What
do you say to yourself when you go missing for 2 or 3 days?
Well,
Nothing.
no one's talking to you. Do you not get it?
Yeah.
He's letting me talk, not you.
Yeah.
You can wait your turn.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Or like you
I
said,
want to hear this.
You can walk off the stage,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Go walk off the stage.
No, I'm not going to walk off the stage.
Let's hear it. Let
let's
her
hear it,
speak so we can
Tanyadawn.
hear what she's got to say, because I know things go through
I
her
do
mind.
like it.
Goes
Yeah,
through mine.
It hurts,
you
and
can
that's
just
okay.
sit there.
Look, shut
Yeah.
up. Shut up. Okay.
Tanyadawn,
Shut
have some respect.
up.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Don't you get? Do you see why it pisses me off?
Okay, answer my question.
See why it pisses me
What
off?
do you do what do you say to yourself when you go missing for 2 or 3 days?
Like, I know, like that right there, it hurts me. I say to myself, like, why, like, you know, like, why am I doing this? Like, I know, like, it's bad for him. I know it's, like dysfunctional, you know? But, again, too, like, I get so worked up and so wound up that, like, I just storm out. I can't take it, you know? And it's better to, like, leave him there, like, instead of taking him with me. And I know he's safe, but I know I shouldn't have left him at all. I get that.
Why do you know he's safe?
Look, Dorothy, look. Oh, my God, do you not get it?
What makes you feel entitled to these people raising your baby?
They're good with him. They're good.
But
and
what
they're
makes
my
you
family.
think you're entitled to do that? They have lives. They have things to do.
I know. He's my child. He's my responsibility, and I get that. But sometimes I do need a break, and I know that's not the right way to take a break. I get that, but sometimes I just can't handle it. I get that, though.
Well, maybe
I
you
know
can't
it's
handle
wrong.
being a mother.
I can handle being a mother.
Monday through Friday, she's to be home, and then through the week and going to school. She takes the child to school with her as part of her class, and they all love the baby there, and she does good like that. Okay, so I tell her over the weekend, if you need to go out with your friends, I'll take you to there. I know where you're at, who you're with. You'll get your break, you know? So
Yeah, but you know she's coming up to L.A. hanging out with gangbangers?
I'm telling her in the future, this is how we're going to do it.
Did I see them?
This is how we're going to do it.
Okay, stop talking.
Okay.
Stop talking.
My brother, they just...
Stop talking. If she's doing well, what about the truancy letters?
Yes.
The truancy letters.
Yeah, those.
The truancy letters. Maybe she'll get there late in the morning, and then that's half a class that she's missed.
So what are your grades?
They're like C's.
Gone down from...
They were A's and B's.
Yeah.
They were A's, B's, and C's.
Well, coming
But,
up,
okay, but
Tanyadawn
after I
says
did have
she's
the
not
child-
doing anything illegal now, but her aunt doesn't believe her, and there are some pictures on Snapchat that call this into question. We'll be right back.
You're a gorgeous, blue-eyed blonde growing up in the hood. You had to fight your way through school. I get that, Tanyadawn. I took you out of the ghetto. Now I need to take the ghetto out of you.
Closed captioning provided by...
I've heard that there have been older men, 30, 40 years old, preying on her on social media. We have all heard the horror stories of pedophiles preying on children. She has a tendency to gravitate towards thugs and gangbangers, and these older men are preying on her for the wrong reasons. I don't want to sit back and wait for the bomb to go off.
Well, Dorothy says Tanyadawn is lying about where she is and whom she sees when she leaves the house. She says her niece is just one step away from ending up in jail for 4 years. Are you concerned about being put back in jail for 4 years?
I am, but I'm not going to be drinking. I'm like not smoking. I'm not using drugs. You want to test me right now? You can test me right now, and I'm going to be clean. Trust me. You can test me. If you don't trust me, you can test me. I asked her the other day when we were at the house. She was like, yeah, you're probably on drugs and da-da. I said, test me. She was like, okay, I don't have to then, because, you know, you're telling me.
Tanyadawn, it's not all about drugs, okay? It's
drugs and drinking, okay, yes.
Drinking gets out.
Look, I'm not drinking,
you know
okay?
what?
I did,
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, yeah, I drank,
Okay.
Yeah,
so that's
I did.
It. So you are drinking.
No, the past, okay? The past.
Yeah, don't say everything was before.
Look, I'm not
That's your
drinking.
little-
You want to test me? You can test. We can go backstage right now and test me.
Okay.
Okay, you keep talking about things being in the past. Everything that's
I'm
not
trying,
happening
because I'm
currently
trying.
would be in the past.
Look, I'm
right.
trying. I'm like
Yeah,
trying
like
to change. Yesterday. What happened yesterday? What did I do?
I'm saying, Tanyadawn.
Nothing. I didn't do anything yesterday.
Okay,
I did.
Well,
come on.
I get it.
Come on,
girl.
there is love
You know,
in this family.
That
okay?
little pretty
This
little
is all
face.
because we love
What
you.
about the
Because
pretty
I love
face?
you.
I don't
Okay.
even care about
that
my face.
innocence.
Nothing.
That
Okay.
innocence.
Not everything about her is bad.
I know that, Denise.
And, you know, you're hard to answer to sometimes.
I
really
might be
are.
hard to answer
I don't know if it's you're mad because you don't have your own, or you don't have control of me, of mine anymore. I don't know what it is.
Everybody stop talking.
I'm so sorry. This is...
Okay, no, I just needed that for a second.
Okay.
All right.
Now, tell me what, without yelling and screaming and all the antics, tell me what you think needs to happen for this situation to go in the right direction.
Okay. Now, I'm not a doctor, but from my sister needs to parent her child, not out of guilt.
Okay, that's one.
Okay.
Two.
My niece needs to her brain needs to be reprogrammed to think like all these dreams she has and what things she wants to do, those can happen so easily. She's 17, she's gorgeous. But she needs to reprogram her thinking.
Okay, that's two.
She needs to quit in criminal activity.
That would be good, yeah.
Quit the criminal activity, okay? She needs to be a mother, number one. Be there for her child.
Okay, all right, that's four things. Do you object or disagree with any of those four things?
The only thing I disagree about, the other thing, yeah, everything's good. But the only thing, I'm not doing criminal activity. Since I got out, I haven't been trying to fight no one. The only reason why I did fight that girl was because I had to, not over a guy.
How many fights have you been in, Tanyadawn? How many fights have you been in?
Hold on.
Since I got out of jail,
nobody interrupted you when I asked you.
I apologize.
Since I got out of jail, have I fought anybody?
I don't know.
No, I haven't, okay?
Okay.
No, I have not. I've been staying away from people like that.
And I'm not mad at you for doing what you've had to do. You've grown up in the hood. You're a gorgeous, blue-eyed blonde growing up in the hood. You've had to fight your way through school. I get that, Tanyadawn. I want to take that away from you. I don't want you to have to go through that anymore. I took you out of the ghetto. Now I need to take the ghetto out of you, okay? Seriously, that's what it's about. And you need to start being her mother.
We reunited. I am her mother.
She needs to
Hold on.
I've been there for her on day one.
Hold on.
You haven't had a child for a day.
Look, he didn't ask you guys anything.
You don't know what it's like. You don't know what I go through.
Okay. All right,
you guys can be quiet.
Quit enabling her.
Stop. Stop. I'm going to put a muzzle on all three of you.
Excuse me, the enabler would like to say something. Dorothy, can you back up for a minute? Maybe I am an enabler. Maybe because I love her so much that when I do finally pick her up, I'm just happy she's alive.
Closed captioning provided by...
There's a history of addiction in my family. I'm a recovering addict. I've been down this road. I was involved in drugs at a very young age. I do see that Tanyadawn is headed down that path. You start off smoking weed, drinking beers, which is exactly where she's at right now. I don't want her to throw her future away, and I don't want her to end up incarcerated for half of her life.
Tell me, Mom.
Yes.
What's going on therapeutically in this family dynamic to create a new vector in a positive direction? What's happening that, we've got momentum that's been in a direction that has created chaos and vulnerability to even spending years in jail. What's happening to contain that and create a vector in a new direction? Is there therapy going on? Are there, what's happening?
There is not therapy, but there's therapy available through through teen outreach. And,
so you park next to the hospital, you get better?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, there is therapy that we can go to that we have gone through in the past, and it has helped. We've gone through decision making.
So you're not doing it, but it's available.
No, we have. So now,
my mom has.
But not now.
Well, right now she just had the baby, and we are signed up for her to do classes together. family counseling.
That's the answer for everything.
Dorothy, excuse me, this is something I took on and I'm willing to do, and I've done this in the past with her. It's decision making that we've done, and it does work.
We've done it before.
And it does work, you know, it helps her.
Yeah.
You don't have kids, Dorothy, so you don't even know. You don't put the footwork in it. Maybe I am an enabler. Maybe because I love her so much that when I do finally pick her up, I'm just happy she's alive. You know, because I don't know where she's been.
I have another sister that's here that
oh God, don't add another one.
Yeah, don't add another one.
No.
Don't add another one. Yeah.
Where's she at?
Where's she at? That's good. Where is she at? Because she has a whole different show on the side. You don't get her involved. Because she'll, this one will go pull her wig right off in the audience, and I swear she will.
Okay, so nothing's right now.
Well, I'm trying, doing counseling with her. We have that coming up, and I want to do that. And I've been on her. I tell her, you know, like one morning I was a little mouthy around the baby, and then she got to notice that and got up and said, oh my God, don't do that. Well, you know what? No one's going to parent your kid better than you. Maybe you need to hear me yell, because when you're not here, stuff goes on like that. Not with us in general, I'm just saying. That's why people, they're not going to treat your kid better than you treat them. So she got up out of bed and she came in, oh my God, don't, you know, well then you should be here. This is your child, you know? So
are you on probation or parole?
Probation.
And there are conditions of your probation.
Right.
Yes.
Being out past curfew.
And you're violating those.
She has. Yes, she has been violating.
And y'all are covering for her.
I'm not covering for her.
You know what?
I'm
I
not
cover
covering
to her
for her.
to a point, because like if I don't know where she's at, now I'm like one step from calling in her PO. Well, I have to, because if I don't,
tried for a whole week
excuse me, I'm talking. Excuse me, the enabler would like to say something. Dorothy, can you back off for a minute?
Go ahead.
I mean, at the end of the day, we love each other. Can you back off for a minute?
Okay, all right, go ahead.
I get to the point where I have to call in. If something was to happen to her, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. So I know all that Snapchat and everything goes on. I tell her friends, you need to put it out there right now. If she's not home by tonight, she doesn't call me like within. Right now, I'm calling in, and I have called in. I've had to report her, and I've done it, and I will, because
I called Dr.
She's out of control.
I called you,
She's
Dr.
out of
Phil,
control. We need
calling.
help. We need help for my grandson, because her actions. She can't control her actions right now, and I need to step in, and I'm trying to help her.
This is a 40-year dysfunction, Dr. Phil.
So
40 years.
Nobody's perfect.
Hey,
I know.
Okay, you know, can you not interrupt me? You think you're gonna be able to do that? Like,
okay,
just
tell me what you want to say.
Okay, so look, in her past, she's done a bunch of crazy things. In her past, she's done a bunch of crazy things. My whole family, they're just, you know, like, it's dysfunctional, and that's all they know. And I've tried, like, breaking that cycle, but it's like all I freaking know too, because I live on that. I live on that every day. I wake up to that. Every freaking day.
No, I get that's an uphill battle if it's all you learn what you live. Tanyadawn says that she has big dreams about her future. We're going to ask her about what they are when we come back.
I have dreams of becoming a therapist for human trafficking victims, and I have another dream to become a model. I think I'm on the right path. My mom and my aunt, they're never just going to forget the past. My mom says she supports my dreams, but her actions never show that.
Well, Dorothy says she's not sure if Tanyadawn can ever let go of her street life. You know, and Tanyadawn was just saying, you know, I've grown up with this dysfunction, and so it's what you learn. I mean, children do learn what they live. What plan do you have, if at all, to change what the future holds? Because days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, months turn into years, and you look back and you go, wow, my life has been spent the way I didn't want it to be spent. And I'm just curious if anybody has a plan.
And my plan is call Dr. Phil. Seriously, that's my plan. I'm not kidding. That was my plan. Because I watch your show every day, Dr. Phil, and like, I have to work on myself, and you need to work on her. Like, that's my plan. Seriously.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you did call.
Yeah, thank you.
Actually, I think.
Yeah, yes, you are.
And, you know, Tanyadawn, you've got one path,
that is a high school diploma and college and buying a house and getting a job of your dreams. You know, that's one thing that you've worked out. The path you're on includes bad grades, drugs, alcohol, homelessness, arrest, and death. And these are very different paths, but you really can do either one, but you can't do it alone. You really do have to have some help. What do you want to say?
So I would love to, like be above instead of under, and I just need some support. My whole life, people have promised me things, but they've never like followed through with it. So, like maybe my family, like my mom, I'm not trying to put her on the spot, but maybe she needs to work on those things too.
Oh, no, you're right. No, you're exactly right.
Threw me under the bus.
I'm sorry, but
no, that's okay. I get it. I mean, I'm just here.
You've promised me things too all my life, and you never followed through with it.
Okay.
There's no saying in Texas, you got to rise above your raising. You know, if you've been raised a certain way, you got to rise above it sometimes.
Yeah. And I do want to break the cycle.
Frankly, some of this is out of your control. And I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to tell you what I think needs to happen in this situation, because there's one thing that after 45 years in this profession, I've come to believe. And it is, I think, the key to success in life. And I'm going to tell you what it is after the break. Closed captioning provided by... I said I was going to tell you that there's one thing that I have come to learn as being a key to success in life, and that is you have to decide that you are going to star in your own life. You're going to star in your own life. I don't care if you're a plumber's helper or you're a model on the runway or you're a teacher or a doctor or a butcher or a baker or a candlestick maker. You've got to find a way to star in your own life. This is Michelle right here. Michelle is from Turnabout Ranch, and Turnabout Ranch is, I think, if there are programs in this country that I have seen work what I call absolute miracles, it would be Turnabout Ranch. It is a real working ranch where real values are taught, such as accountability and being able to trust yourself and create values. And I came here in hopes that I would make this experience available to Tanyadawn. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it because I could send her off with Michelle, and Michelle would work more than wonders with her and her staff and this wonderful environment. And she would work wonders because this girl right here is smart, and she would clear her head and she would find out what really matters, and she would come back bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and ready to redefine her life, and the two of you would screw it up in a week. Now, what I am willing to do is I am willing to get a hand-picked family therapist that will come in and create a paradigm for this family that everybody has a role in and that you will be intensively involved in while she would be gone and hitting the reset button. And if you participate actively in that for a period of even a month, intensively, I mean really, no kidding, bear down and work, then I would make that resource available to you. But you know they'll blow it up, right?
Yeah, we've experienced it over and over, and I think I heard the same thing, that there is some insight that she has and a hope that she can do something better with her life. But from everyone else, everybody, I've just heard excuses.
We'll get the therapist. Anthony Haskins, stand up. You're going to talk to Anthony Haskins. He's our resource director, has been for 15 years. He will handpick and put this together. And I want this started immediately, if not sooner. I want it intense. I want it for 30 days. And if the report comes back that people are playing the game, they're involved, they're leaning into it, doesn't have to be all cured, but they're leaning into it, then we will call on these people with their generous hearts to touch her life in a way that will last. Does that make sense? Okay. I want to thank all of my guests today, and a special thanks to Michelle from Turnabout Ranch for coming and offering this help for Tanyadawn. We'll see you next time.